Time now for Coming In Hot with Brent Wallace, former Ottawa Senator Jason York, and Graeme Nichols.
Afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Coming In Hot. Brent Wallace alongside Graeme Nichols and our good friend, as always, Julian McKenzie, who now has earned, if he wants one, a coveted mug.
Hot damn.
Yeah, that's how today's going.
Today is an amazing day already, and it just got better. I'm finally getting a mug.
Wow.
Finally.
You earned it. I don't know if I can get it.
What's going on today? What are you doing?
Man. Well, I'm in Montreal right now. Later tonight, I will be at Argo Bookshop for the third stop on my tour for my new book, Black Aces. So I'm very excited for that. It's going to be really awesome. It's sold out.
Nice.
Yeah.
The book or the event?
The event is sold out. It was
we're
very limited.
We're not surprised by that.
Yeah, they literally put out a notice today saying, "Hey, it's sold out, so get there early, or else seats are going to be gone." So,
sweet,
so pretty exciting. I know it's limited seating, but it's still pretty awesome that it's happening.
That's cool, man. Congrats.
Thank you.
No one asked how much. Is it sold out? Yep, sold out show.
It's sold out, man.
It's just family only, but it was sold out.
You got to get sold out on the marquee outside the bookstore.
Oh yeah, for sure. I need something that proves that. You know what? I'll just take a cool photo of everyone and show everyone how packed it is, just to prove it was sold out. I'll do my best to get it for the show.
Right on.
Hopefully you guys are doing good too.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, well, I'm great.
Graeme,
what's the matter? Is this a therapy set?
No, man. We're wearing the same shirt. Like we're twinning. We're twinning it right now.
What's wrong with twinning?
We're both rocking the hoodie.
It's the team uniform on Thursdays.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Does Yorkie have one?
Yeah. Yorkie has a full set of gear. He just chooses. I don't even know if he knows where it is.
It's got a big swag bag. Big swag bag.
Anyway. By the way, the show brought to you by Bet365. We're going to get to all that stuff. Team Canada played today. We do have a Sens question coming up of who needed the break the most. We'll see who's picked what. Or
it's you, Wally. You're the answer. You needed the break.
No, I got into a project and I'm upset that I started one and now I got to get it done.
What's the project?
Painting.
Oh,
yeah.
What are you painting? Tell us more.
No, no one cares. Everybody's fast forwarding right now.
Well, you can't bring up paint to get that. Be
why?
Like,
I got a
He's got a model in the basement. He's painting on a canvas, looking at it.
Just look at whatever easel and all that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm Bob Ross. I got a
bowl of fruit.
I understood that reference.
The primary reference. The primary bedroom or whatever it's called now. It's no longer called the master. Primary suite. So
why did we change those names?
Anyway, that's what I got to paint. But I painted the first coat that I've had in the basement for 6 years, and I didn't like it. So this morning I had to go out and buy 2 more. Do you know how much a gallon of paint costs?
Ooh,
$70.
Oh, come on, less.
More?
I paid $200 for 2 gallons of paint.
What?
Wow, it costs that much for paint?
It has gold flakes in it.
That's like paint and primer.
It's just regular. Anyway, I don't know why we're into this.
Where'd you get it?
But it's not paint and primer, so is it just paint?
It's just paint. Yeah.
What?
Where'd you get it?
Nah, man,
at Deluxe. It's not even the high end. No, it's not even the high end stuff.
What?
There's a gallon
of like the diamond. Is it like the diamond deluxe?
No, that was above it. It's just
you need
a sponsorship deal.
You need a friend with a corporate rate. That's your problem.
That's what I think. You need somebody to hook you up with a sponsorship.
Yeah. You should have told me before you bought it. Could have hooked you up.
So, I didn't plan on changing it. I was hoping that the 2 gallons I paid for 6 years ago were going to be the ones that we agreed on.
Did you stir it? Or you just painted?
Oh, it was not. It did not look good when I started in.
Oh, okay.
No, it did not look good.
$200, man. You got ripped.
Anyway.
$200 6 years ago.
No, 6 years ago it was like $56.
I was about to say, like $200 now.
No.
Inflation's killing us.
Yeah. It's anyway. Let's move on. Team Canada started today. Actually, just in about 5 minutes now. Team USA is going to face off against Latvia, and Team Germany is going to face Denmark. Games that feature all Sens players. I'll get to a quick parlay in a sec because I have one before the 3:10 face off. great start by Canada, but I guess we didn't really expect anything less, did we?
Well, I mean, Czechia's a good squad. They have good quality players. They've won a world championship in the last how many years? I keep forgetting the exact number of years they won, but it's fairly recent. But like, this was not a slouch opponent for Team Canada. This was not, I mean, I don't want to say Italy because we saw what Italy did with Sweden yesterday, but like, this was a relatively tough opponent. And the fact that Canada looked as dominant as they did on all fronts, like the forechecking, the physical nature, the goaltending was there. I got to give Jordan Binnington his props, man. Like, he's statistically the worst goalie in the NHL this year and played really well.
Why do we keep questioning Jordan Binnington? Because every time it's a big game, he shows up.
Here we go.
We had this argument before, Julian. That's why
I mean, it's a fair point. Like, he has proven through his time at the Four Nations and in the limited amount of time today, like, he's the guy. I mean, John Cooper himself said, like, he knew who he was picking like 358 days ago. Like, Jordan Binnington has proven on the international stage, he is that guy.
So that's why I'm like, I don't understand. If John Cooper goes, that's the guy, and that's the guy they like, I don't know why we continue to question this. He's never shown on the international stage that he can't do the job. And he doesn't play with that same blue line except Colton Parayko in St. Louis.
Yeah, it's very fair. I think it's more just like we're used to seeing him at the NHL level, and there are times where he doesn't look like that goaltender that's supposed to be there. Like Logan Thompson would have been my pick if I was John Cooper, but I'm not John Cooper. Someone might have also said Darcy Kemper, but Jordan Binnington, again, proving that he is the guy. Also, like, this is just me. Yeah. Let's say there's a world where Canada loses to Czechia today. We've seen this at so many other tournaments before where Canada has this early stumble. Maybe they consider a switch with their goaltending. They go with the other guy. They win the tournament. If it got to a point where Binnington wasn't the guy, I still would have had confidence in a Logan Thompson or a Darcy Kemper to lead the way.
100%. We saw that in Vancouver, 2010.
Exactly. We saw that in 2002.
So Marty Brodeur starts, ends up being Roberto Luongo's net by the end. So
he shouldn't be there. He shouldn't be there, guys.
So who would you have in place of Jordan Binnington?
Anyone from either of the guys from Colorado? Like anyone who isn't the worst statistical goaltender in the league, like he's just there. He had success in Four Nations. They won in spite of him in Four Nations. He had a great final game.
I think
great overtime.
That overtime period.
Great overtime in Four
Nations.
Nations.
Played really well in that overtime. I have to give him that. I don't like defending Jordan Binnington because I do see your point, but in overtime he was. I think guy.
Small sample sizes. Gord Wilson could look good in Team Canada's goal.
Oh, stop, Graham! Okay. Stop.
Right.
Let's give Jordan Binnington a little bit of credit here.
Man,
you gotta give him some credit.
He's a Stanley Cup.
He played great. I thought he looked very comfortable.
Fan.
So that was the one thing I was looking forward to paying attention to the most today was Jordan Binnington, because I thought last tournament he played in with Canada Four Nations, he had moments where they were winning in spite of him. He wasn't playing at a high level, but still got the wins. And then in overtime, he closed the door. And I think you have to give your props. I mean, you absolutely have to give props to him today. He looked great.
You don't want to.
No, I just did.
What?
No, I still wouldn't have had him.
You got to give him props.
No, he would not have been
just pick a lane.
No, I'm saying he would not have been one of my three goaltenders, but because he was and he played well today, I'm giving him props. But I would not have had him there. Based on his season, based off everything else, I would not have had him there.
I mean,
well, you're wrong.
That's fine, man. That's fine.
That's just that. It's just done. There's no follow-up. There's no argument. You're just wrong.
I got a minute to get this parlay in before you guys can't get it. So here's today's segment brought to you by Bet365. Whatever your bet is, never ordinary. Bet365, download the app, get on the game. Use code NATION. Must be 19 or older. Ontario only. Please play responsibly. Here, Germany's about to face off against Denmark. I took a Germany to win and Tim to score along with Leon Draisaitl. It'll pay you $80 if you bet 10, but you have 1 minute left to make the bet. That's all. Also, Team US.
A ton of time, Wally.
I know. We got to talk about paint, and then just like watching paint dry. Yeah. Yes. I was going to move on.
You brought it up.
It could have just been a quick little chat. Anyway.
Yeah, but like fans like knowing what's going on in your life, Wally. You got to just let that breathe, man.
No. Especially because you've been hitting on a bunch of your parlays too. Like you've had success doing it this season. So like people should be paying attention and following it. So.
This one will hit for sure. Who's going to bet against Tim Stützle and Leon Draisaitl scoring today? No one.
Not me.
All right. Okay, so back to Team Canada game. Do we like the lines? Did you ever think Sidney Crosby was going to be a third line center on Team Canada?
I don't see as a third line. It's the shutdown line. That's which I get it is associated with third lines, but like a quality line with Mitch Marner and Mark Stone, two guys who know how to play well defensively. Like we were never going to look at this as just like, oh, it's just a third line. Like they're only going to get like 13, 14 minutes a night. Like we could be looking at arguably the most important line by the end of this tournament when it comes to the collection of those three players. If you want to miss your second line or first line, whatever, like it could be that. I just think with the way that they're positioned to set up defensively, like I think we could easily be saying that.
I thought they looked great today.
They did.
Like Connor McDavid had a 3-point game, and I know he had, I forget, is it 6 shots? I didn't notice him as much as I noticed Mark Stone, Sidney Crosby, and Mitch Marner. Am I wrong? Am I the only one that thought that?
Well, like at one point, McDavid had 10 attempts, and if that ended up being stuck at that, I'd be surprised at that. But I thought a lot of Canada's players were on top of it. That being said, I mean, Marner and Stone combining on that goal. What a play by Marner, driving to the net, getting around that defender, making that slick pass to Stone. Like, it just goes to show the two-way ability of that line. I was really impressed. There's not really anyone I could say who kind of let me down today. Nope. Like even the fourth line with Bo Horvat, what a drive and finish between the legs of Lucas Dostal. Like every line contributed in some positive way in this win. That was as dominant of a win. It's the most dominant win we've seen at this tournament so far by a team. Like Canada showed that they'll do all the little things and the big things to win at this tournament. And I think this game goes a long way to showing what they could be at the end of it.
I think for me, it's like the point of emphasis is there's such a quality of depth to the forward lines. And that's what everybody was expecting, right? Like, you know, you line up Crosby with Marner and Stone, you're talking about hockey IQ that's absolutely off the scales.
Exactly.
And then you have a line centered by McKinnon and McDavid, arguably two of the best 3 players in the league, if not the top 2. And for me, it was how does the defense play? And, you know, like we know what Cale Makar is, but like behind him, how are all those guys going to step up and perform in their roles? And I thought, like, you know, they lost Morrissey early in the game. But I thought like Thomas Harley and Drew Doughty actually stepped up and had great games. Colton Parayko, like you want to talk about a right defenseman, defensive defenseman. I was just blown away. Not blown away, but like I was really impressed by the way that he played today. And he's like, it was the kind of performance where you look at him and you're like, man, if Ottawa could ever find a guy like that to plug in beside like Thomas Chabot or Jake Sanderson, slide Artem Zub to the second pairing, you know, like that was the kind of performance that you kind of like dream on. And it's like, that's exactly what Ottawa needs for the top 4 right now.
I love that you were thinking like you were Steve Stais watching that game. Like, who could we add to this Ottawa Senators team?
Well, I mean, it's an all-star team. So, I mean, like, ideally, it'd be like, oh, I'd love to add this guy to the Ottawa Senators. But, like,
Tom
realistically,
Wilson, first line.
Realistically, it's not going to happen, right? They just don't have the assets and the draft capital and everything else right now to go and get many of those players, most of those players. But maybe Parayko in St. Louis is a guy that they could potentially target, like an over 30 right shot defenseman, great defensive metrics. That would be something I would totally consider.
I have a question for you. By the way, Leon Draisaitl has scored. 23 seconds into the game, so we're.
Did you fist pump? I didn't even notice the reaction from you. It was just like the very stoic.
I was trying to let
Wallace.
you talk about Steve Stais and draft capital.
You got to react. You got to react to that positively, and then we'll be like, "What the hell happened, Wallace?"
So, I was about to tweet after the Connor McDavid, Nathan McKinnon power play goal that Ottawa they're running the same power play or penalty kill as Ottawa, but I didn't. I held off. Because I mean, it's thought that was too easy. My question for you, Graeme, is: would you have had Mark Stone on your team? Yep. Okay, I figured
if it was like larger ice surface, like I mean, the only thing I noticed with Mark Stone in Four Nations is that obviously he's not fleet of foot. We've known that since his time in Ottawa. That was the knock on him, going back to him at just being a prospect, his draft eligibility, everything else. But like. You notice it in those big games where like the speed just kind of overtakes it, especially with the skill that the Americans had in that final game. I thought like Mark Stone at times looked a little bit more lost. Obviously very cerebral player, very talented player. But like he looked great today. I have no qualms with taking Mark Stone. Like he's been unbelievable. I know he wasn't the healthiest guy coming into the season. and he's missed time this season, but he's playing really, really well when he's been in the lineup, and he looked great today. So no
200-foot player you need on the ice, man. Who will suffocate in the neutral zone and help create turnovers and win you possession. Like, that's a prototypical Team Canada player as I've ever seen one. You take him even if he's at 70%, as far as I'm concerned.
He's on like 120 point pace in the National Hockey League. It's crazy.
Oh, he's ridiculous.
Damn good.
He's really, really good. And he's got the best reactions to positive events on the ice ever. Like the Mark Stone face is unbelievable.
Yes. Well, and so when we had him on the show this summer, we asked him like about celebrating, and he's like, well, why wouldn't I? Like, it's great to score goals. I love it. I'm like, I don't ever want you to change. Imagine if he was an Ottawa Senator. Oh, never mind. We'll move on.
Hey, there's still time. He's a free agent in a couple of years, man. You know, like Claude could retire at that point. Mark could open the door for a Mark Stone return. Never say never.
Never say
never. Brady could still be here. He could be the Claude Giroux to this Stanley Cup push.
How old is Mark Stone now?
Ooh, I think he's like 33, 34.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. All right. That's what I figured, I guess.
Hold on. I'm going to get way behind, and I know, Julian, we're going to try and get you out of here quickly. Graham, can you
take your time? It's all good.
You can stay as long as you want, Julian. I'm just extending the invite.
He's got a book signing. He's a busy man.
Do
you have a book signing? No, you don't. You don't understand the prep that goes into having a book signing.
Graham, if you ever need help on signing them books, I got you.
It'd be a coloring book. Just draw a bunch of black and white photos and start signing. Yeah.
I would like to read, by the way, Julian.
Oh wow. Okay.
Wally, I appreciate you. Thanks for your guidance and friendship. I can't believe you're actually a good guy.
Where's my mug?
P.S. Hope this makes up for having you walk in FLA.
Nice.
One of the nicest things ever written. Okay.
Oh man, yeah, for sure. I had to shout you out that way because I know you're still mad about the Florida walk.
I almost tweeted the picture again today. I'm hoping Julian can join the show if he can get to his car on time, but I didn't.
I'd much rather walk in that weather than the weather we have right now.
Oh, actually, it's nice today. You know what you need to appreciate milder days is to get a dog that you have to walk when it's like minus 27.
Minus 27. Even the dogs know though. Like they don't want to be out there that long either. I don't know how good he is. My dog.
Take care of myself.
Just let him out. He walks right back out.
No. I'm okay with just being alone and just not taking care of another pet. I'm okay with that.
So now that we're off topic again, Gertie will not do her business in the backyard. So we can't just let her out. I have to walk her.
Like how long? Like on a really cold day, will she like walk like a little bit?
She'll roll around in the snow. Oh yeah, we have to in the park. So a loop of the park is probably like 15 minutes. 20 minutes. Yeah. Doop.
Do you dress up your dog? Like make them wear like the little booties?
She had booties before, and it was like she just wanted them off. And I'm like, Lisa, we're not doing this to our dog. Nope, not doing this.
I refuse to dress up my dog.
No, Gertie's a tough dog. She's from the like up near Hudson's Bay. Like she comes from James Bay. So
okay, she knows what cold's like.
Yeah. When we got her, we didn't know this. We got her at the rescue, and they're like, she doesn't like the snow. I'm like, okay, that's wrong. That is. We let her out. She just sits in the backyard and just sits on the deck in the snow. Okay, Graham, can you just take care of Shoeless Joe's?
Shoeless Joe's, no problem. Today's show is brought to you by Shoeless Joe's. Daily deals you do not want to miss. Burgers, wings, cold beer, great prices. No fluff, just big flavor. 5 nights a week. This week at Shoeless. What do you got? What is today? Thursday? Yeah, today's Thursday. Half price wine, $10 flatbreads. Perfect for date night for catching up. You got Caesar Sundays. Shake up your Sunday with a $6 Caesar. If a Canadian team is on the screen, $9 buds all game long. Mondays are fish and chips. Wings are on Tuesday for only $10. Big Burger Energy Wednesday. Massive Burger starting at $10. Enough said. Shoeless Joe's, where daily deals meet big flavor and good times on repeat in Cantville and Orleans.
And of course, our good friends at BEI, Bonisher Excavating Inc. If you're a homeowner looking to redo the driveway, fresh gravel, or getting your property ready for a spring project, BEI can help. Give them a call, 613-432-1120, or check them out at bonisherexcavating.com. BEI, helping to shape the Ottawa Valley. And Julian, as always, slow down in construction zones. You fail.
Julian. Come on.
Man.
Why is this? What are you talking about? What are you slow down? Have I ever driven fast in a construction zone? Dude, this one time on a highway.
You know what? You may have lost the mug.
Wow. I don't know if I ever had it then, if that's the case. if you're that quick to pull it away
every
from me,
show has please slow down in construction zones.
Okay. Well, I respect street signs when I see them. So I don't know what you're on about. Try to get me in trouble, Graham. What is this? This is what you have to deal with every day?
Pretty much, but you're here, so I'm just sitting back and enjoying it. So if it wasn't you, it'd be me. So it's all good.
No wonder Yorkie took today off.
Oh, just chilling in the Grand Cayman or whatever it is. Yeah.
Talking to the
have a break. Tough slog.
Man. Anyway.
Before we move to the Sens question I have for you is you were just on CNN.
Yeah.
You're doing lots of things with your book. I'm just curious what
for the right reasons, unlike a lot of people right now. Like he's on CNN for the right reasons.
That's good. Yeah. Good.
Yeah. Fair.
Thanks for clarifying.
What has been the coolest moment? What's it been like?
So just about being on CNN or like promoting?
No, and maybe that's the cool thing. I'm just curious what it's been like you've had a lot of attention for your little book.
I think the coolest thing is like I'll walk around with like a bunch of books and I'll think like, hey, like, this person.
I just have this picture of you walking around, just holding them. One's fallen. Excuse me, can you pick this up?
Oh, my bad. The coolest thing is just seeing the amount of people who have been really supportive and buying books and promoting them on social media and just sending me a lot of just well wishes and stuff. I had a neighbor who came up to me the other day back home in Montreal. We've had these neighbors who have lived next to my family's place for like years. Like they were there before my family and I moved there like 20 something years ago. And like they have these two sons who are now like big grown adults. They're a Sikh family. And they've essentially watched me grow up. Like we would hang out in the street, play like basketball and like talk about the world and whatever. And like on Sunday, like during the Super Bowl, I was out watching the Super Bowl with a couple friends. And one of my neighbors was like texting me being like, hey, I got a copy of your book and I hope you can sign it. I'm like, yeah, of course I'm going to sign it. And then he came over the other night and he was telling me about how like he was excited to see that I'd written this book. And he has a 9-year-old who wants to be a writer. And he started mentioning all these different things that he likes to do as a writer, like read comic books, draw up his own comic books and come up with all these stories. And I was like, this is exactly what I did. So to know that, I guess, I don't know if it's wrong to say like maybe people are taking inspiration off of this and my journey, like that's been really sobering and really humbling to know. So that's honestly been the best part about this. And obviously my family showing support and being really happy for me and all that.
Have you made them all buy a copy?
So my dad insisted on buying a copy. I think my mom was probably hoping that I would have at least the initial run of copies that I had. And I was planning on doing that. And then, a lot of people ended up getting some of those copies, but she ended up, she wanted to. She bought a copy for herself. And during the first book event I had, a whole bunch of people came, they were buying books, and my parents ended up like giving away their copies to like help with sales, I guess.
Yeah.
They have their own books now again. But that was kind of funny. It's like seeing my dad, like he's my godfather, like came up at like one of the events I had. And he's like, yeah, I want a book. And we're like running low on books. And my dad was like, here, like take mine. Like my mom did the same with someone else. And yeah, it's been really cool seeing people buy the book, but also just wanting an interest in learning stories on Black hockey players, which should be the main focus. It's not about me. It's about people just knowing that Black hockey players are part of the fabric when it comes to NHL, PWHL, and the rest of the hockey world. And as much as we like to think of it as a predominantly white sport, I mean, you can think of some of the biggest moments in hockey history with Black people in the center. So yeah.
100%.
Question for you. Since the books are released, have you had any like outrage from people whose stories you might not have told? That just, if they didn't make it in the book,
Not specifically from those like people, but like definitely there have been people I've thought of who I'm like, yeah, like it would be cool to write a chapter on like a proper chapter on like Mike Greer, for example, or Anthony Duclair, or one guy I would love to write a feature on or write a book on Wayne Simmons. I got to meet him briefly last summer, and he's great. He's hilarious. And I would love to spend that time to talk to him, get to know him more. I was on another podcast today, and they were like, hey, like, how come Ray Emery's not here, right? Like, there are a lot of great players who could have easily been in this book. But I also think, again, just I knew this was going to happen going into this process, and I think it's great that so many people are interested.
A lot of people don't remember Wayne Simmons, if I'm not mistaken, played for the Brockville Braves in the CCHL before going on to play, 1,000 games in the National Hockey League? He did play 1,000, did he not?
I think so, yeah.
No, I'm not sure. All right, we'll move on quickly. Before I forget, I asked you guys before the show, I had a light bulb moment. Which Ottawa Senator needed the break the most? So I don't have a fancy opening, but let's get to it. Graeme, I'm going to start with you because Julian's probably smarter. So as a more thought out answer.
Well played. Wayne Simmons, by the way, 1,037 games. So you
that tracks. That tracks.
So in classic fashion, I couldn't decide on one, so I picked two players.
Like even when Yorkie's not here, he's still here.
I bet he picked one of mine.
No, well, who'd you take? I guess.
No.
No, you go first.
Well, who do you want me to start with, Wally? Because I mentioned who I was.
You start.
Okay, so I leaned in.
You didn't give me two guys, so you go.
Oh, I didn't? No, yeah, I did. 100% I did. No? Anyways, so my first choice is Drake Batherson, and the explanation is pretty straightforward. Lit it up in December, and I don't know what happened between the end of December and now, essentially. But he has 7 goals, 16 points in December in 13 games. Played at a ridiculously high level with Timmy. And then January hit and 4 goals and 9 points in 16 games. So he needs to get back, get off the schneid, find his game. He went back home. Maybe some East Coast home cooking will do him some good. He had 3 assists in 3 games in February. So he was a point per game player, small sample size, but they're going to need him to step up down the stretch. Like if this team's going to push and have like a competitive rally, I guess, to push for a playoff spot, they're going to need Drake Batherson firing on all cylinders like he was in December. So that's my first choice. Number 2, Artem Zub. And I don't say this because he wasn't playing particularly well. Like I think that's not true at all. Like he's had a ridiculously good year, 56 games. He's got 4 goals, 19 points. He's playing at a high level with Jake Sanderson in a classic shutdown role. They're playing against the opposition's best players. He's doing incredibly well. He's probably going to establish new regular season highs in goals and points. I think his career high is like 6 goals, and then for points, it's 25 in the regular season. Like he should theoretically beat those if he stays healthy. But without quality right shot defenseman behind him, like Jordan Spence's had a really good year, but for whatever reason, they don't seem to be leaning in on him. They're kind of insulating him on the third pair. Nick Jensen's getting some minutes on the second pair still. They're going to need Zub at a high level down the stretch because they don't have. I shouldn't say that they're relying on Nick Jensen, but I just don't think there's a good high end alternative behind him. Even though Jordan Spence has had a great year, I think for his role, I just think they're going to rely on Zub a lot down the stretch, and they need him to be at his best.
Okay, my turn.
Yes, you go.
I don't know how there could be anyone else but Nick Jensen for this question, purely off the fact that we have seen a drop off in play and quality of play from this year to last year. And like, this is not just like with advanced numbers, which will tell you a lot of what you need to know about Nick Jensen and the defensive rating being what it is for most of the year. You can easily look at the eye test and some of the mistakes that he's done on the ice, not handling pucks right, or think of the mistake he did a couple weekends ago. Puck goes off. It was a bit of a mistake and maybe a bit of a misfortune, but Nick Jensen's not the same player that he was last year. And a lot of that does have to do with that recovery from hip surgery that he had last summer. And in a world where the Ottawa Senators do not make a significant addition on the right-hand side at the trade deadline, the Ottawa Senators are going to enter the final stretch of this season with Nick Jensen on that second pair, and maybe you bring in a Nicholas Montempalo if you have to. I think Jordan Spence is more than fine on that third pair, but if you're really thinking about it, for that right side, you're more or less kind of rotating those three players around in a spot. And I think for this team to achieve success, there's a few things that have to go right, that have to go their way. But Nick Jensen, I think more than anybody on this team, needs some kind of rest for him to be able to play as close as he can to 100% down the stretch. I think of all the players who are taking a break, like, he could use it the most, because I still think that the Nick Jensen we saw last year was still really useful and really solid alongside Thomas Chabot. Is that player still there? We have to wait and see. But I think if he gets the benefit of rest, maybe he's a lot closer to that player than what we were getting for the first chunk of this season.
Doesn't it seem like, isn't that the big question though? It's like, is this version of Nick Jensen simply what he is post-surgery?
Maybe it is.
We're talking about 50 plus games.
Tough.
No,
you don't think so? Like post-surgery, like he had a major surgery, Wally. Like he just might not.
I refuse to believe this is the type of player he is at 100% healthy.
Yeah, but his 100% healthy was pre-surgery. Like if you're in your mid 30s and you have a major hip surgery, you might never ever get back to that version of that player that you saw in the first 3 months of last year.
But these are highly conditioned athletes that have the ability to have all the rehab in the world. I firmly believe that this is not the Nick Jensen that should be.
Nick Jensen could tell you himself this is not who he should be as a player.
I have a question before we move forward. Is there water running somewhere?
Sounds like a fish tank. Is it a fish tank?
I'm next to a fish tank.
I knew it.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. My sister has a turtle, and they have a fish tank. That's why you're water running. Sorry about that.
I had a turtle. I had two.
Yeah, my sister had two.
What were the names?
Iggy and Ziggy.
Iggy and Ziggy. Yes, man.
I never asked. My brother just came home one day. It was I think my birthday present. He's like, "Here, it's a turtle." I'm like, I don't have any. I don't have anything for a turtle. Like I didn't ask for. I wasn't prepped. Anyway, I had to go buy the tank and everything.
Must be nice to have siblings who will just give you a pet just to give you one.
Well, and then he got away, and he was missing in the house for a week.
Was he alive when you found it?
So my sister is studying for exams on the couch or something. She has papers on the floor, and suddenly she just hears, like it's early in the morning, whatever. She just hears this. Basically, the turtle is running across the paper, so she just hears this scratching on the paper. So she freaks out. Of course, I put Ziggy in a bowl of water, and you just hear him. he's just drinking all the water he can.
Thank you for answering my next question. Which turtle got lost, Iggy or Ziggy?
Ziggy, the original. Yeah. I don't.
That's funny.
So sidetracked sometimes.
These turtles.
Okay. Here's my. Well, you stole my answer, but I will get back to. I have a different take on Drake Batherson. I did have Fabian Zetterlund on the list, and because I feel like there is more to give from Fabian Zetterlund, and I think he's done 1 goal, 2 points his last 13 games.
Yeah.
You just see when you say more to give, you just mean offensively, or what do you mean?
Yes. He did. Yeah. He wasn't signed here as a defensive threat. He's signed here to produce. And
right.
I don't want to hear the argument, well, he's playing on the fourth line, because guys on the fourth line still produce. I'll use Stephen Halliday as an example. And he still gets some power play time. I just need more from him, but that's not the guy that I feel like the break is best served. I'm going to go back to Drake Batherson. Mm-hmm. And so everybody's sitting on a beach somewhere or all that stuff, warm sun. He went home because he said, when I take on long breaks, I come back and I don't feel very good. I feel sluggish. It takes a while to kind of ramp up. So he goes, I'm going home to skate. I'm going to go home and take care and get prepped to come back. I think he's going to have a big last third of the season. I'm excited to see what Drake Batherson can do, but I think he's needed it. Like as you pointed out, hasn't been great January-ish. I'm excited for Drake Batherson.
He's skating with Acadia too, isn't he?
Yep. Like he just wanted to get home. He said, I'm going home to like basically work out. I'll have some downtime, but I need to stay ready.
But he's a guy, like you talk to him during the season. I'm sure Julian has as well. Like you talk like contract, his situation, like he needs a big year, right? Because like as soon as this season's over, the earliest Ottawa can extend him on a new deal is going to be July, right? So if he's going to set himself up well, not only for Ottawa, but if he decides to test unrestricted free agency next summer, he needs big years. And I think he's one of those guys who's the first of Ottawa's big marquee core guys to come up on free agency, unrestricted free agency. And I think like he's, depending on what happens, like he's going to set the bar for the next wave of contracts that's going to come out for this team. And having a good final, 25 games? I'd have to look, 24 games, 25 games is going to be huge for what he will be able to command. Because if he doesn't have a strong last stretch here, it's going to impact his dollars a little bit.
Absolutely. I will say though, up until this lull, I have liked his game for the most part this year. I thought he was a little bit more consistent than maybe what we've seen in previous years. And I've liked his playmaking and the goal scoring ability and what he's been able to do on that top line, whether you have him on the left or the right wing. I thought he's been pretty good for the most part. You're right. In January, he's kind of slowed down a little bit, but considering that like the reputation seemingly around him was that he was more of a streaky player, in my opinion, there was a little less of that streakiness this year. I thought there was a little bit more consistency leading up to the start of the new year.
Fair enough. Brady Tkachuk, by the way, has scored for Team USA.
Lars Eller just took a penalty too.
The Ottawa Senators.
Yeah. So yeah, like coming out of this break, how is this whole team going to react is the question I really want to know.
I still think that like, this is just my take. This break couldn't have come at a worse time because this team was playing its best hockey as a team. And while, yes, like they'll benefit from that time off, you know, that first game back, maybe you're a little sluggish, whatever. But could you imagine if they were still just continuing on with that pace that they were on with those big wins over Vegas and Colorado, the shutdown games they were able to play, and the fact that they were able to get some big wins over some pretty quality opponents, like everyone's going to benefit from the rest. But like it would have been cool to see this team kind of continue that into February with the way that they were playing and the way that the goaltending had stabilized itself. That's a really important part for why this team has seen the success leading into the break.
Conversely, though, maybe Linus Ullmark's flu would have been contagious and they could have been absolutely sunk. You never know. You never know, Julian. Maybe it came at a good time.
The interesting part is, though, that like it seemed everybody in the East was winning, right? Like it seems they can't catch a break. I know they've moved up.
The Atlantic is absolutely bonkers. I've never seen it. I can't remember a year like this where it's just every night the top teams, like the top four teams, are just continue to find points.
Yeah, it's so. I got it. Anyway, the Ottawa went into the break having won 5-6. I know, but it just feels like everybody was on the same winning streak. I don't know, and I can't explain it because somebody's got to lose. It must be all the Western teams or the Rangers.
The pressure, I think, coming back from the break, though, all the pressure falls on the goaltending. Ultimately, like I think, like Sicker Swam.
I felt that even throughout this whole Linus Ullmark thing. Like it's great that he's back. It's great that he is in a position where he's able to be around the team. But like, it's on him to turn around the season that we've seen so far. James Reimer, who was called in to stabilize the position, it's on him to hold his end of the bargain. Like goaltending, and I get it. Like I've talked to certain players, and they're like, "Hey, it's not just on goaltending. Like everyone has to stomach this." Like we've seen some of the reactions after some of the games they've played this year, where they've done everything right offensively and defensively. Goaltending has been the biggest reason why they're in the hole they're in right now. And if the goaltending does not hold its end of the bargain for this last third of the year, we're all going to sit on these podcasts. We're all going to sit in the media lounge. We're all going to sit at these bars. And we're going to be like, well, damn, what if they had better goaltending? That is the number one reason why the Senators are in the situation that they're in. And the pressure should be on those goaltenders to do the job.
So then the question is, you brought up James Reimer's got to hold up his end of the bargain or deal. What is his end of the deal exactly? This is a guy that didn't have an NHL job at the start of this, we all know, at the start of the season. What are the expectations for James Reimer and the Ottawa Senators then?
Play better than 880 or 890 save percentage?
No, but this guy didn't have an NHL job. Like, so are we really expecting him to be that good? Like, to be like, I'm just trying to feel.
I don't think
880
880 or 890 is. I'm not asking 905, 910, 915. I think just passable goaltending. Look at the team save percentage for this group right now. Like it must be in the 870s now after the last few games. Like this team just needs like marginally better league average 900 goaltending, and they have a chance. Look at their advanced metrics for the way they generate
100%.
chances, the way they limit them. They just need a capable goaltender who's able to hold the fort. I don't think it's that much to ask for James Reimer and Linus Ullmark to be competent. They don't need, I'm not saying all world. I'm not saying Vezina trophy. I'm not saying like generational, like solid, decent. And they've gotten that in the last few games. I think it's more than fair to expect that. It's a lot to put on a guy like James Reimer who's 37, and we'll see what he's going to be like out of the break. But like, I thought in the little bit of time he's played with the Sens so far, he's been okay.
I think for me with Reimer, the expectation is to bounce back. You're a veteran who's been in this league for so long. Whereas like Levi Merrilline, if he has a bad game, it would typically bleed into more and more bad games. You look at James Reimer's last 2 games, for example, drops a decision to Carolina. You're like, oh man, that was he could have helped him there. A couple saves, totally different game. It's part of the theme for the year. Gets an unexpected start against Philadelphia, plays really, really well, considering the circumstances and everything else. Performance was great. And that's what you want. That's what you want from a backup goaltender who's been in the league as long as he has. Even though he wasn't in the league to start the season, they just need him to play at a relatively high level and then have that opportunity to bounce back. Be the veteran guy, be able to shake off bad starts and come back strong in the next one. I think that's, considering his age and everything else, all the circumstances involved, that's all you can ask at this point. And there is no, unless they bring in a plan B to spell Linus Ullmark, that's all you can ask for.
James Reimer is essentially their plan B. Like they see like this is where they're at right now. I think at the beginning of the year, I think this team should have gotten a better quality tweener to go in the AHL and the NHL just to kind of spell Levi Merrilline if need be. They only did it when they did it. So James Reimer has to work.
Were they not expecting Mads Søgaard to be better?
I don't know. He hasn't played a lot. I don't like.
But
to me, that seems unreasonable.
But to your point, I think Steve Staios, like he had affirmed, he had confidence in the depth that he had. So yeah, I think off of what we've heard publicly from Steve, I think he definitely expected Mads Søgaard and everyone else in his depth chart to be better. But like, I also think that this team absolutely would have benefited from just having anybody who could just be used as a tweener, not as a proper number 2. Yeah. I still thinking of Levi Merrilline as your number 2 guy. I get why, but a tweener, a 2, 3, whatever, that would have been the right move.
By the way, you were completely off. The Ottawa Senators are an 868 save percentage. I think you said 870.
Yeah, I said in the 870s. Okay, so it's 868. So it's worse.
So
stickler for the details, bud. Get used to
it. It's a fair point because we're still talking about one of the worst save percentages in the last 30-something years. Like,
but league average save percentage is now below 900, I believe.
So how many teams do you think in the National Hockey League?
I think it's like 895. I think
how many teams?
5? I think they're 5 or above 900, right?
There's
Colorado's at the top. Colorado, I believe, is at the top at like 915 or 912 or something.
909,
like that.
But they only have
okay. So it's they're very few. Like
they've struggled like going into the break.
Yeah,
but no one's exceeding it by a wide margin anymore. It's like 901, 902.
It's 909, and then Tampa, Minnesota, the Islanders, and the Kraken are the only teams above 900.
So here's a question for you guys then. Like Jesper Wallstedt is in the news cycle because he is the goaltender trade ship that Minnesota's dangling for like a prospect of center that they need. Ottawa obviously has quality of young centers. Is that something that you would contemplate pulling the trigger on during the season? Why are you trading from your
center pool? Why?
Because you have depth.
I mean,
if you don't have confidence in the goaltenders,
you do. I just think this team going forward, if they want to be legit in the playoffs, unless I'm getting like a no doubt absolute stud somewhere else in my lineup, I'm not moving off my center pool.
So it's a great debate.
I don't know. You can talk me into Shane Pinto and Ridley Gregg as your 2 threes very easily.
Like, I don't understand why you have this like obsession with moving away from Dylan Cousins when he's done so well
I don't have an obsession. I just want the team to be better. You're taking a position of strength and addressing a weakness. Yeah,
dude, like Stutzla, Cousins, Pinto, like Eller, like that's a good center depth to have. Like the fact that you have a guy like Greg, you could put on the wing, and then you could put him in the center whenever you need to. Like that's good. Like I think Greg.
There's other guys doing the exact same thing though. Like Stephen Halliday's doing the same thing. Lars Eller has done the same thing. You know, like
move off of Eller next year, and they could plug Halliday in that 4C. It's just.
Or you could plug Halliday in Greg's role and move Greg to the center position on line 3. Like there's tons of permutations that you could do to do it. The position, I think ultimately what it comes down to is Linus Ullmark's play down the stretch. And if you have to make a decision on his future with the organization and just your comfort and, you know, can you rely on this guy to play at a high level anymore? And like that is the $1 million question facing Steve Staios and the organization in the future. And I think you want to talk about like stories down the stretch. We talked about goaltending, how it has to like hold the fort down the stretch. I think Linus Ullmark's got to be the guy. He has to, and he has to play at a high level. And I think he's played some really good hockey of late since coming back, but they need to see that not just over like a small stretch. They need that like over long stretches of games, because at $8.25 million, like that is a massive, massive investment. And he's never played more than 50 games in a season before either. Like even when he's been healthy. So it's tough. I don't know if there's the opportunity to add a really good young goaltender. And Wallstedt's played at a really high level this season for Minnesota. I think you have to at least consider it and talk about it. Wally?
No. I might be closer to Team Graeme than you realize.
Fair.
It is the most important position in hockey, without question, right? Goaltending. And we saw what shaky goaltending can do to your team. I wouldn't be as married to the down the middle guys as I would be a potential number one goalie for the future. So I would make the deal.
But in saying, by the way, I really like Dylan. I like Dylan Cousins too.
I'm not saying Dylan Cousins for Jesper Wallstedt. I know you call him Wallstedt.
But that's the Swedish pronunciation. Did you not see the Swedish pronunciation online?
Well, then we do those guys.
And apparently everyone's been saying Philip Forsberg's name wrong. It's Forsberg.
Forsberg, yeah.
There's a few others. It always happens every year.
Yeah.
However, I'm not saying I don't know that I would. Ooh, would I do Dylan Cousins for Wallstedt straight up?
Well, I think it'd be a bigger deal than that. It wouldn't just be like 1 for 1. I don't think.
But you're gonna have to pay him like what, $5 million?
Well, that's the other part of it too. I think he's a free agent after this, restricted.
So how much money do you want to put in your goaltending? That would be the question I would. But yeah, like I think you can find a number 3, number 4 center and plug them in easier than you can get great goaltending. So I would take team.
But you're also banking. I like, to Julian's point, you're also banking on this guy coming in and playing at a high level. And
100%.
My biggest question is
that's the other half of it.
My biggest question is like I think if you're Minnesota, you're probably more sold on a Dylan Cousins Wallstedt deal. Does Ridley Gregg get that done for you? Does Shane Pinto get? I mean, Shane. No. Yeah, I don't think Ridley Gregg does. Does Shane Pinto get that done for you?
I think Pinto probably would. 100% he would. I think
maybe.
I think.
You sure?
I don't know. Bill Guerin's an American GM.
I mean, Minnesota does need centers.
I don't know, but still,
Minnesota absolutely does need centers in order to make something like this work. They would absolutely need a top quality center coming the other way. I wonder if they look at a guy like Pinto and they're like, oh, well, we already have Joel Eriksson Ek, who's a really good defensive center too. Like this, I mean, then again, you know what? Again, center depth you needed in the playoffs. I'm bullish on that. Everyone should be bullish on that. But like, I'm curious what would have to happen in order for Minnesota to even consider that, right? Like a center prospect, first round pick. Like, what is the market for a goaltender of his caliber?
I don't think you can do that with a guy that has an expiring contract coming up.
Very fair.
So I think it becomes less.
I think like talking about Cousins and like the growth, I think like he's taken some massive steps this year, I think defensively, just in terms of like what he's bringing to the table and like his two-way play. I think you have to recognize that. But the question I have with Cousins is he's been paired with Brady Tkachuk, who is a notable driver of a line. Like he helps considerably tilts the ice in Ottawa's favor, creates a lot of shots, sustains pressure in the offensive zone. I just wonder how much of an impact Brady has on Cousins' underlying numbers. And you're talking about a team that's structurally playing very good defense. I just wonder how much of an impact is created by Cousins himself, or is it a manufactured product of his line mates and the guys playing well with him?
It's a good question, but I also think like this Kachuk Cousins, like those two coming together, like off top of my head, I want to say maybe the first time we saw those two at least playing together might have been that St. Louis Thanksgiving game. I want to say that's that first time I can at least vividly remember those two guys playing together. Someone could write in the comments if I'm wrong. But even I think at that point, like the numbers were already skewing towards an improvement in defensive metrics being better for Dylan anyway. I don't think this is necessarily, I'm not saying you're saying this. I'm not inclined to think that this is all because of one player making a significant impact. He might play a role in that, but I do think that the numbers might suggest that his numbers have improved on that regard, regardless of Kachuk. But also I could be totally wrong, and I don't have the data viz in front of me.
Fair enough. We will leave this to the GMs to sort out. By the way, I've had to pee the entire show. I can't figure out why. Oh, it might be the fish tank.
Oh god.
By the way, what's the turtle's name?
Oh god, I don't remember the turtle's name.
Jiggy.
No. I don't remember the turtle's name.
Okay.
Oh god, I
Just
don't
a
remember.
turtle. You can't offend a turtle, man. It's all good.
No, I forget the turtle's name. I will when I get the name, I'll text it to you. I forget the turtle's name. I'm sorry.
Can you text your sister right now?
I think she's like in the middle of like working right now, just as we were starting
So
to
are
record.
we.
Yeah,
This is
I
a
know.
very serious show.
She was texting me, be like, "Hey, I'm in the middle of recording something." I'm like, "Yeah, me too. Sorry." Yeah, my family has had to put up with a lot of my recordings over the years when I was still living here, and even now, whenever I go home, like stuff like this will still happen. So thanks,
when
guys, I really appreciate it.
No, you're very welcome. When COVID first hit, we used to have to do hits for TSN, but I didn't. This was the guest room. I didn't take the bedroom apart, so I used to do it in the loft. Everybody in the house had to be silent. They did not.
God.
They didn't enjoy that at all because it was just wide open. Yeah.
But I remember when I was at CTV, like for a little bit of time, I would like do my hits from like the basement, but like the Wi-Fi was terrible. It got to a point. There was a day where like the Wi-Fi did not work, and we did not have weather that day. Like we just did not have a weather segment that day because my internet was just so bad. And then after that, they're just like, all right, you can do it from the studio, but you're not allowed to go up into the newsroom. I messed it up for everybody. So
You ruined it.
I ruined it.
We had a couple more questions to ask you. This show probably presented to you by Beyond the Pale Brewing Company, by the way. Great beer, great food, and great spots to hang out. That's Beyond the Pale, with fresh seasonal craft brews always on tap, and a menu that goes way beyond bar food. They become one of Ottawa's go-to breweries. Check out the City Center Brewery and Tap Room, 250 City Center, or the Byward Market Tap Room at the historic 21 George Street. Two awesome locations, two great vibes. Perfect for a night out or catching the next big Ottawa game, especially 250 City Center. Find them at btpshop.ca, btpshop.ca. Jack Sanderson. I do it all the time. Chat. And his question is, when is the book coming out in the audio version?
It's a great question. I think.
And will you be narrating it?
I hope so. I have been imploring my publisher to please let me do an audiobook if it gets to that. I think more people have to buy the book before we can get to a point where we could justify an audiobook. But yeah, I know for sure once we if we do an audiobook, I will be if anyone else reads it, it'll be wrong.
So I just like the
if someone else could read it, who would you pick?
I don't want anyone else to read it but me.
It's too bad.
There's got to be some celebrity who could do it.
What's the CNN guy, Earl Jones? What's his
James Earl Jones,
who's passed away, by the way. But he would be great. Imagine that guy.
I can't do. Yeah, he's Darth Vader.
Yeah.
He's Mufasa. Like, this is CNN. Like him. Like that's the guy. I can't do an impersonation of James Earl Jones. So I'm not going to try.
By the way, if you pay $50 now, Julian will come over at night and sit by your bed and read it to you till you fall asleep.
Nice.
That's
nice.
one of the things.
That's a deal.
Yes. Just contact me. Send me the money, and I will get it taken care of.
$50.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. Well, we got to start small here.
Yeah, the road to 1 million copies sold.
Yeah, this is it. This is what's gonna take off. Perfect Books, February the 15th, by the way. If you're not in Montreal tonight, February the 15th in Ottawa on Elgin Street is Perfect Books. What time will you be doing?
1 p.m. to 3 p.m. I'll be there for the 2 hours, and you can come hang out.
Okay. So Graeme, do you want to do this?
Do what?
Give away the book?
Oh yeah, for sure. I didn't know where you were going with that. I bought a copy as soon as you could pre-order. I bought a copy.
Thank you.
And then lo and behold, another copy shows up in the mail. So we have a. I have it here. It's on my shelf. I have a copy. I'll go get it. Hold on a second.
No, it's okay. Well. It's Jesus.
Yeah.
We just showed the damn.
Thank you, sir.
We have a copy. Just email.
We didn't think you were lying.
Just no, whatever. Who cares? Who cares? We got time to kill. We're gonna stretch this out as long as we can because you need to pee. So I'm gonna stretch this out as long as I possibly can. We have a copy to give away. All you have to do is email the show and tell Wally that Jordan Binnington should not be on the team.
No, just email cihsends@gmail.com. cihsends@gmail.com.
Two entries if you say Jordan Binnington shouldn't be on the team.
Pay no attention. Just email the show, cihsends@gmail.com, and tell me what city Willie O'Ree's from.
Oh, man.
What city is Willie O'Ree from?
3 entries if you provide the goals saved above expected Jordan Binnington has this year.
Oh, jeez. We don't have 3 books. My
3 entries, not 3 books.
There's no. It's just I just need to see people, and then I just put them and I formulate them into ChatGPT, and it picks a winner. By the way, it's the same hometown I am from, so if that helps you at all. He's bumped me down the most famous list.
I didn't realize he was from the East Coast.
Jake Allen's from.
Yeah.
What?
Don't
everyone
give
knows.
people
Everyone knows where Wally's from.
Okay. Just I don't know. There's some people who might not know. I don't know. I don't want to give people hints.
Someone should have the sound of a running faucet for Wally. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. Anyway, I told you we would get you out of here at 3:30, and that clearly hasn't happened.
No, that's okay, Rad. This is still good. I have a heart out at 4, but we're good.
Okay. So you know what? I'm busy too. We got to go. So
I got all the time in the world, boys. All the time in the world.
If only we could be so lucky.
We're back next week. Some big guests. One's if it still works out, one's a former Olympian, and one's Andre Waugh, who's a Stanley Cup winner. So we'll see how that plays out. Anyway, until next week. We'll see you then. Safe travels, Julian. Good luck at your book signing tonight. And don't forget, February the 15th, Perfect Books in Ottawa on Elgin Street.
Thanks for the support, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. Have fun.
All right. See you, everybody.
See you.
Thanks for tuning in to Coming In Hot. If you enjoyed the show, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to never miss an episode.